Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Nexus, the Jupiter incident.
Commodore, the Ghosts are in serious trouble. They tracked down the Locust Queen, the Locust mothership. They engaged it in battle, but the situation doesn't look good. If we don't help them, they'll be wiped out. We must leave immediately.
Engaged it in battle? Where? How? I thought the Ghosts stayed out of fights.
That's correct. But the Locust Queen could spell the end of their entire race. Commodore, please. Time's running out.
What do you know about this Locust Queen? What's going on? Last time it was mentioned, you said you had no significant information on it. Now I find the Ghosts have launched an attack without telling anyone, and I'm supposed to bail them out? Trust is a two-way street, Commander. How can we help when you're so secretive?
There's a time and a place for all this, Commodore. While you're up there on your high horse, the Ghosts are getting slaughtered.
Perhaps they should have waited for our permission rather than going it alone. If they destroy the Locust Queen, we may never learn the secret of defeating the mechanoids.
The Ghosts don't need your permission to defend themselves. If we don't stop the Locust, they'll consume all life forms, humans included. We can't let it escape.
Don't lose your cool, Commander. I have no intention of leaving the Ghosts to fend for themselves. We need to find out how they disabled the mechanoids and stop them from sucking the whole galaxy dry. Admiral Anderson placed the battleship Guardian under my command at the beginning of the week. Commander Hillary Carson can't wait to prove her talent. Here's her chance.
Excellent. That means we finally have a battleship. And since we now have a battleship, let's equip everything. Our fifth ship, the Guardian. Hillary Carson. You can read this at your leisure. Now, first of all, we're going to go over to the engine wing because we have another skill point. If you notice, all of our skill ratings have been upped by 1 automatically, because our science used to be 1 and now it's 2. We're effectively the same as Dr. Velband over there. So, what we're going to do, increase military, because really we do not need more skill point. We do not need more resource points. So yeah. Now there's not much that we can add over here. We could replace our bubble energy shells again. Noting that that was kind of a, a bum move, but oh well. It's useful. We've got a jamming shield, which is best. We've got a fusion drive, combat engine, sensor array, torsion, ECM, quark generators, plasma cells. Yeah, this all seems to be good. Flash fighters, circle gunboats. Excellent. Now, we are facing the Locust here, so we are going to need all of the gunboats in the universe. Well, all of the fighters in the universe, anyway. Right, let's go over to Avalanche. Again, we've already got all the stuff that we want for it. Excuse me. We've got laser globes, we've got jamming, we've got fusion, we've got combat. We could add a second combat if we wanted to, as a backup, which is pretty useful. We've got a advanced sensor. Can we add a torsion? We do have the ability to add a torsion ECM. But I want to put that on the Sparta. So let's go to Sparta first. That's a better idea. We're going to swap out this standard for a torsion ECM. We're also going to replace, if possible, one of these generators. No, we can't. We can't replace these generators. That's a pain. We've got 2 electron cells that can be changed into, well, okay. Then we don't have enough cells. Got Fire Cloud. Just can we upgrade that to a Firestorm? We could, yes. Okay, we're going to upgrade this to a Firestorm. And I think that's it, right? We have Spark Fighters. I could upgrade those to Flash Fighters if I had the money. Deflection Engine, Iron Stream, Light Rider. Yeah, this is all good. Okay. Going over to... Oh, that's Brutus. Right. Of course that's Brutus. Sparta. Since we are giving Sparta the best around. We don't have another quark support generator. We don't actually have another support generator for this size in general, so that's kind of bad. We could also replace this with a Firestorm because we do have the money. So let's do that. Don't have enough to place a generator here. We do not have another torsion ECM. We do not have an advanced sensor array available. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade these sparks into flashes, because that's how things work these days. So that's the Sparta and Brutus. We go to Avalanche. Let's have a look. Here you've got Plasmas, you've got Quark, you've got Firestorm, you've got a standard ECM. Yes, let's add a combat drive, because we are going to be facing the Locust, and if our shields go down, then that's going to be painful. Yes, I believe that should be it. We could swap out one of these gunboats for 2 Spark Fighters if we wanted. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just gives us more fighters to protect against the Locust. And then last of all, we have the Guardian. This is its base layout, and as you'll notice, we have a siege laser, which is going to be fun. It pierces shields like the Gorg siege laser did to the Colossus and Avalon when they were using it. We also have a lot of heavy weapon slots. There are a lot of weapons on this thing. Currently have double bubble energy shell. Double bubble. Got magma, got an overload energy bomb, pulsar missile, a magma cannon, and a crisis energy torpedo. We're going to change this all out at a later date, because right now what we want to do is we want to go over here and we want to add as many cells as possible. Because we only have 6 resources, there's not much that we can do. It has the Spark, Sickle, and Meteor bombers, so that's fine. Noting that this is the only ship that we can have that carries bombers. Which is a shame, because bombers are very useful. They pierce shields and deal a lot of hull damage, I believe. And also they have a backward-facing flak laser, so they can take out fighters. Anyway, that should be everything, because there's not much we can add elsewhere. So let's get on with the mission.
They're all dead. We're too late.
And there is the Queen.
What an abomination! Let's erase it from the galaxy!
Commodore Cromwell, my ship is equipped with a siege laser. We can use it against her if you wish.
Excellent. So we can see down here that that's 5 ghost ships dead, and one of them is a battleship. Yeah, the Locust aren't something that you should mess with easily. Now, we are pretty far away, and the way that we're going to do this is we're going to get the Avalanche, Brutus, Guardian, and Sparta into Control Group 1, and they are going to form a siege laser and attack the Locust Queen. What we're then going to do is have Angel Wing guard the battleship, and effectively deploy all gunboats, well, all fighters, to protect our fleet.
Yes, sir.
So now we should have tons and tons and tons of fighters out here that are going to deal with the waves and waves of enemies that the Locust will send at us. If you'd like to see that this is the Locust, you can see there's a queen because she's got a crown. You know, this thing here. Nice crown there. Yes. Now these guys, I don't think they'll attack us until we start firing the siege laser, which is good. It means that we have time to get into position. Now, the plan is we're going to keep hitting it with the siege laser until this icon goes grey, right? So basically saying, hey, it's dead, don't shoot it anymore. And then what we're going to do is we're going to send in the Angel Wing to, you know, data scan it as you do, and that's the win mission there. Now, we can fail this mission, either by dying, which is highly unlikely at this point, or by accidentally killing the Locust Queen before we can scan it. Because we want its ability to take out mechanoids, because that's a pretty cool ability. We can also have some nice looks at the ghost ships, since we weren't able to do so last time, because we're in, I don't know, the tail of a comet. So that's the frigate, and then this is the cruiser. Noting that ghost ships are organic in design. And the battleship. Pretty nice. Right, let's go back to the Guardian. We should be within range at about 25 kilometers. I believe is the range of the laser. We're also going to have to make sure that we've got, well, everything online. Our shields will go down pretty quickly, so once we're starting to get attacked, we'll up shields of all of the ship that's getting attacked. Makes it easier. Now, I could involve the Angel Wing in actually doing this. Yeah, here we go. We've got close enough that they're sending in everything. Watch the fireworks, I guess. Who are they attempting to attack? Yeah, they're attempting to attack our battleship. And this is the reason why we got, you know, everything. Because they're going to attempt to take out the Guardian, and if they take out the Guardian, then we are screwed. Look how quickly it's taking down the shields. So before anything happens, we're going to want to up the shield laser to maximum.
Enemy squadron destroyed.
Guardian
Warning.
is probably about to
Incoming
lose.
enemy bombers. Enemy squadron destroyed.
Guardian nearly lost shield integrity,
Enemy
but we
squadron
managed to stop him.
destroyed.
Right. By our powers combined, we activate this massive gun. And as you can see, from the Locust Queen, all the strike fighters in the universe are coming to kill us. One. We should have to fire about 5 or 6 shots. We could up weapon
Warning.
power.
Our squadrons are under attack. We have lost a gunship.
Yeah, they in order to deal damage to strike fighters, they basically collide with them. So
Warning.
once we
We
have
are
them
under
down
attack.
to 1 in a squadron, we'll withdraw them. That's 2. Now you
We
can
have
see it
lost
charges
a
slowly.
fighter.
But what we can do is we can up weapon power to make it charge even faster.
Warning. Gunship squadron destroyed. Enemy squadron destroyed. We have lost a gunship.
Yeah, we're going to need to slowly but surely draw back our fighters. Okay, right. Next shot should do it.
We
And
have
once that
lost
happens,
a
they should
fighter.
run away. Alternatively, it will kill the
Warning.
Locust Queen, and that's
Our
bad.
squadrons are under attack.
Commodore, I must remind you that obtaining the Queen's weapon is of paramount importance. If we fail to do so, we may miss out on our last chance to save Earth.
Excellent. So I've disabled the siege laser, and now what we're going to have is we're going to have the Angel Wing go and scan the Lotus Queen. Noting that these fighters no longer exist, apparently. But what they'll do is they'll fly around until they run out of fuel, and then they'll just die, right? That's kind of what happens, really. I mean, they'd all die if I instantly killed the Lotus Queen, because that's how it works. If your carrier's destroyed, and there's nothing else to transfer over to, then your fighters are destroyed instantly. It's also what happens if we leave the area with our fighters still out. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all our fighters back inside.
Aye, aye, sir.
Because that seems like the best idea.
Aye, aye, sir.
Now, I do believe we lost a squadron of fighters from the Angel Wing, but that's fine. They were only the cheap versions, he says. No, they were the expensive versions, so well. Angel Wing is now moving in. We're going to set to passive, do what you're told, and maximum engine power. I'm guessing the fighters are attempting to dock inside. Yeah, they are. Have you ever tried to dock on an accelerating spacecraft? It's pretty hard.
Receiving data. Just one more minute and I'll have unraveled their secret.
Pretty easy, huh? It's a very easy mission, this one. The only way that you could fail is by having the siege laser fire a 7th time, but that's kind of easy because the siege laser takes ages to fire up. You also lose a lot of strike fighters, but then again, you only lose the squadron if all of the squadron is destroyed. If not, then the fighters that died just come back out of nowhere. Which is pretty good. Now what I really want is a sequel to Nexus Jupiter Instant, which does more with the persistent fleet in the fact that if you lose squadrons, if you lose fighters, then those fighters are gone forever, and you need to manage your squadrons. Something along the lines of, I don't know, have a free campaign where you manage everything. You've got to construct the ships that you need to use, noting that it takes forever. And then you go into combat like in here. Might be a fun idea.
I got it. I have the required information. Using the data we gathered, I think I can design a replica of the Queen's energy skeeter weapon. It's by no means a final solution, but we will no longer be defenseless against the mechanoids.
At last, there'll be no more running from fights. Spread the word. The Queen is dead.
And there we go, mission complete. In, I don't know, what, 10 minutes? Yeah, it's a pretty easy mission. The newly acquired information is vital for our development of a weapon we can use against the mechanoids. The extermination of the Locust Queen is a major step for several reasons. Not only have we rid the galaxy of a parasite that stripped whole planets, but analysis of the carcass should provide us with additional weapons in our war against the entity. We also got, a medal, because we committed genocide effectively. Rear Admiral Cromwell has valiantly led his task force in action against an unknown alien race, which previously destroyed 5 Ghost Recon ships and a mechanoid. Relentless and determined, he pressed home a furious attack against the enemy mothership, and despite severe technical difficulties, I don't know what you're talking about, he managed to eliminate it. By collecting a sample of the alien race, he contributed greatly to the scientific research intended to develop the energy skeeter weapon technology, thereby helping our campaign to drive back the mechanoids and recapture Earth. Pretty good. This is probably one of the only times in which we will lose a lot of gunboats, unless, I don't know, all of our ships die simultaneously, right? And only the Angel Wing is left. That's actually likely, by the way. Anyway, nice cutscene for you.
They ordered that I return home. I realize that the colony is not my real home, but a weary spacefarer like myself needs all the solace he can get. Home sounds so much more comforting than Central Command, even if the name is a lie. NOAA's scientists towed the body of the recently defeated Locust Queen to their orbital laboratories and pulled it to pieces. Apparently, their efforts are already bearing fruit. In addition to discovering the secret of the energy skeeter weapon, they claim to have made several important breakthroughs as a result of their findings. The Angel Wing has returned so that the prototype anti-mechanoid weapon can be mounted on the ship. As for our future, returning to Earth no longer seems like a suicide mission. However, the odds are still heavily stacked against us. Angel has reassured us that our chances of defeating the entity grow larger by the day. Naturally, she is central to our success. Her personality has undergone rapid changes since she occupied and ultimately merged with the weakened mechanoid body. It frightens me to say it, but it is almost as if she is gradually becoming a mechanoid herself. But this is no time for pre-fight jitters. Even if I knew for certain that she was untrustworthy, there would be little I could do to oppose her. The Vardrags don't see it that way. We're starting to run into problems. The Angel Wing has undergone many changes. Despite our best efforts to keep the Vardrags in the dark, sooner or later, they were bound to find out. Our new power terrifies them. They are utterly controlled by their primal fear of the mechanoids. I'm afraid that the time draws near where they will demand the destruction of Angel and the Angel Wing. We could never agree to this. Tensions are already fraught. Such an impasse could only lead to open conflict. In order to prevent the situation deteriorating, my childhood friend, Rob Scheinman, has traveled to the main Vardrag system, hoping that a personal visit may achieve better results. On my part, I have initiated negotiations with the Vardrag garrison, defending the Alpha Gate, requesting permission to pass through. As I expected, they avoided the issue on several occasions, but recently they have stopped responding to our communications altogether. Unable to account for this behavior, we have dispatched one of our frigates to the Alpha Gate to find out what is going on.